Hello Aries, this is your forecast for the new moon in Scorpio. As we all know, a new moon represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of another new 28-day cycle. We've got Sun conjunct Moon, which gives us an invigorating burst of energy. So this is an excellent time for making a fresh start and initiate new things. You can also question old habits, behaviors and beliefs as you search for new and inventive ways to make progress. The new moon in Scorpio on October 27 or 28, which will last 28 days, will be at 4 degrees and 25 minutes and is also opposite Uranus. So the new moon gives a shock to the system. This new Scorpio moon will give a shock to the system, which is an unpredictable and erratic energy. It will make people restless, impulsive, even crazy. Uranus joins a star that amplifies this spontaneous nature of this planet. So new moon opposite Uranus creates spontaneous, erratic and chaotic change. This highly charged electric energy can cause anxiety, impatience, abruptness, impulsiveness and rebelliousness. So sudden shocks and unexpected encounters may leave you feeling a bit on edge. It can portend accidents, fire, war, earthquakes, and so on because it is such a chaotic kind of energy during this new moon. So your activities, your everyday life should be approached with caution, patience, and flexibility. It is best to adapt to sudden changes, and if you do make mistakes, it is also best to apologize because people will be forgiving during this time. Your actions and reactions can also lead to risky or odd behavior, mistakes or accidents. So it's that kind of energy. It's an energy that will affect everyone basically. Even if you cope well with change and excitement, someone close to you may become unreliable, crazy or provocative. So even though you may feel okay, others may not. So you still have to be cautious. Someone new may enter your life and cause havoc and then leave just as quickly as they came. So this could be an especially challenging new moon for all sorts of relationships, not just romantic relationships. An increased need for personal freedom and greater independence could create distance between partners and even go to the extreme of separation. But after months of searching in the dark for answers to your relationship concerns or fears, all of a sudden you'll see the answers that you've been looking for, looking directly at you. Thankfully, this new moon will reveal a way forward. This new moon in Scorpio will bring swift, sudden and unexpected insight about what your true needs are, helping you to move forward. So it does have its negatives and its positives, but negatives are for us to learn to understand what it is that we want and we don't want in our lives, so we focus on what we want. During this time, you will need to readjust your relationships in a more diplomatic way. You may have to work with people that are totally different in every way, which could feel a bit scary and unknown territory for you. But luckily, we have Mars in diplomatic Libra, which will make people more friendly and helpful, where they will guide you through these major shifts. So don't worry if you feel unconfident, or if you feel scared, or even make mistakes. With this aspect, people will be very forgiving and willing to lend a helping hand to pick up the pieces. Conversations will be to your advantage during this time, helping you to get to the bottom of any kind of relationship issue that you may have had, because Mercury and Venus are conjunct, or a good aspect to Scorpio. So I would say speak your truth. Conversations will help, but so will Mercury, as it is the perfect time, as Mercury is preparing to go retrograde on the 31st of October, making it the most favorable time for reconciliations, which will have some sort of positive result. Selfishness and ego will not help matters, but are likely to, with this Scorpio new moon that is opposite Uranus. So the best way to deal with this unpredictable influence is flexibility and a willingness to adapt to changing conditions. Although initially upsetting, where you may resist change, it may offer a better way forward if you keep an open heart and mind. So Aries, I would say, with you are dealing with 8th house matters during this time, where you will be shedding your skin like a snake and kind of moving into a new era of your life. It's time to settle your debts, both emotional and financial. You may deepen your intimacy with someone else in a profound and unexpected way. Don't be afraid of being vulnerable about your desires. Be honest with yourself. So 8th house matters usually matters that concern it's about confidence that is, 8th house is a bit of a strange house. So it's about the house that relates to, it is the sign of Scorpio. It's ruled by the sign of Scorpio. And it's about hate and revenge and whatever we manifested in our lives, or whatever we are manifesting in our lives. Things that are dead or buried and gone, that kind of resurface. It is, it's like transformation and all of that coming through during this time. So the beauty of the 8th house is seen through your ability to transform, break your cocoon and become colourful, flying butterflies, basically. So it's a place of regeneration and a place where we turn to when we are wounded and lost. So carefully estimate the position of all that is hidden in there. Okay, so that is your astrological side to the new moon in Scorpio, and let's have a look at see what the tarot cards have to say. We have a 7-card reading for the new moon, and let's ask higher self for a general 7-card layout for Aries, please. So 7 cards in total. So we've got 3. Hydra, Devil's out. So we need another 4 cards, please. Two more. And one last one. Okay. We have got 2 aces in this layout. So that's a very positive kind of indication in this layout. So the first card resonates with where you are in your life right now and what you have released and let go since the last full moon. Okay, it says that in the last full moon you had some wounds and you were kind of in a energy where you were kind of building a wall or building boundaries or kind of trying to protect yourself because you felt vulnerable in some way. And where you are now is you are moving away from that. Okay, you are starting to move away from that energy where you are defensive. You're defending yourself, or you're feeling wounded and you need to put boundaries up in some way. So you're moving away from that energy. So what are the energies that are emerging that you are ready to call in or embrace? And the Judgment card is saying, well, certain things that were dead within you are starting to come alive again. So embrace them. These energies are coming back alive, back to the surface. Embrace them. Call them in. What do you wish to grow and manifest into your life? New ideas, brand new beginning, initiation. Isn't that a perfect time to start all that now? Where you were like in the dark with all the other phases of the moon, and this is like a transformative phase and you're kind of moving away from your fears. So how can you sow your seeds of intentions and bring your wishes and goals into fruition? Okay, you have to work with family. This is the home, okay? So more emphasis on home, more emphasis on your closest relationships, especially people that are close to you at home. So once you have all that in place, you will have people around you that are close to you also supporting you and helping you to sow the intentions, your intentions and your wishes and goals, and help them to bring them into fruition. Are there any obstacles to these new energies, and if so, how you will see them and release them from your path? It is saying to be a bit more patient, a bit more adaptable, and do not force the issues. Be a little bit more patient. Do not force them. Just wait a little bit more. This is the card of waiting around for others to kind of help you out when the time is right. So do not force them. Be a bit more patient and also adaptable. That's what it means. Be more adaptable. How will the universe and higher energies guide and support you? Wow. The Ace of Swords says that you will actually get some sort of channeling coming through. You'll get all this information. It's like illumination through your mind. This is the card of the mind, and it's an ace, so it just means that there will be like images, sounds, or smells, or using your 5 senses. You may hear certain things. They will be indications. Take notes of your dreams. Do you see repetitive numbers? Take note of those. So the higher energies are helping you in some way through your mind, through your senses. Okay, so that's that. And if there are any blocks, you will know how to release them because they will be shown to you through your mind and your senses. So what is the projected outcome? The projected outcome is of giving and receiving. So once you give out to the universe or to the people around you, you will get tenfold back. You will get extra back. So that's what this is saying. You have to be giving, and you have to also be able to receive, not just give. You also have to be able to receive. So for that give and take to happen, to take place, you need to practice that. So that is the projected outcome, and that will be the perfect kind of energy that you will be practicing, because you won't be so defensive with boundaries anymore. You'll be very open to receiving and giving. So that's your Astro Tarot for the new moon in Scorpio, Aries. So I hope you enjoyed that, and take care. May love and light be with you. Bye.